Yeah, what up, everybody? Damn, I spent all that time prepping and then just forgot my trusty mic stand. What's cracking, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Ooh, we got some early commenters. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. What is this siren going on outside? Can you guys hear that? At first, I thought it was a bomb raid. Don't tell me that's a kid's toy or something. I hear kids playing. Oh my god. Dude, I have the worst timing. What's going on right now? Oh, by the way, welcome everybody. We're going to be talking about CFB today. He's dropping bombs. This is maybe a day or two old, but it's never too late to talk about it. Because people, it's easy to get stuck in your echo chamber and you think the whole world is on your timeline, right? But people don't know about this stuff, man. They don't know. They don't know about this stuff. So we gotta keep the outer world updated. We all know what's going on with Qubic, right? I don't have to tell you, but they don't know. They don't know about this stuff. This stuff is deep. This stuff is so deep, man. Hold on, this stuff is so deep. Let me turn off this music so you can hear my voice. All right. And I hope my internet stays up right now. Oh, this siren. Can you guys hear the siren? Dojo, can you hear that? I don't know. It must be somebody's toy that they're playing with. It literally just started right when the stream started. Oh man, it's so loud. Anyway, I hope it's not too loud for you guys. Wait, I can't let that throw me off my game. Yo, this shit is so deep, I had to turn the music off. Camo Joe is also in the house. We got 2 wrenches in the house off the rip. That's what I'm talking about. Bombs? Really? Yes. As my man Donkey would say, really, really. Oh, Dojo, you don't hear it? Okay, good, because that shit is blaring. So my mic, I guess my pop filter and shit is working well. That's good. Dude, it's so loud. It's like it was so loud I had to mention it. I'm like, dude, can you hear it? Because even sometimes when people like are rolling their trash cans out, you can hear it. So it was that loud. So I'm glad it's at a pitch where you can't hear it. It's not bassy enough. It's 7990 Q2H says, I woke up in 2017, thought I heard something. Turns out I had tinnitus. You know what's funny about what you're saying? I think I might have given myself tinnitus because I have these earphones, and I notice like sometimes when I take them off, I have like a little ringing in my ear, so I don't think anything of it. And then I notice like when I'm not wearing them, like I have this ringing in my ear. I'm like, oh man, did I give myself tinnitus? So I'm like, maybe I should cut down on the earbud time. And then, but I haven't cut down on the earbud time. And then the ringing is not going away. It's actually improving. uh, Hey, maybe that siren is my tinnitus. No, that would be too crazy. If that siren was tinnitus, that would be that's otherworldly. But even at this moment, I hear like this slight little ting. So maybe I should actually, like now that I'm saying it out loud, maybe I should actually take a break from wearing my earbuds because I use it a lot for research and like I got to keep up to date when I'm at work. I'm like always listening to stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm doing damage to my ears. Lose the earphones. You do not want loud tinnitus. Hey, yes, sir. Okay, maybe I needed to exercise that thought out loud because I had that internally. I'm like, am I giving myself tinnitus? Because I hear tinnitus is not good. Like you can't just like it doesn't just go away. Sometimes I know tinnitus for some people is so bad they have to sleep with something on at night, like a fan or a TV, like just so to kind of drown out their ringing. It's like a constant, like you know how if you leave a concert, like say it's like your first concert or something. I recognize this like the first concert I went to, and the first concert I went to was actually funny enough was a Kanye West concert. Like I remember leaving the venue with my brother and being like, and then just hearing this constant ringing in my ears, and I'm just like, what is this? Like I've never experienced that. Like it was just a constant ringing. It went away obviously, but it was just like it was like traumatizing to my eardrums. But I hear, yeah, I did a little bit of research about hearing and what that ringing stuff means, and it's not good. So yeah, I believe you with that. And I always known that I should tone down, but I never did. I'm like, nah, this. I feel like this information's valuable. But yeah, you're right. You're right, dog. You're right. All right, let's get back into the let's get back into this stream. All right, I love talking to you guys. Let's get back into it. Let's keep being interactive. If you guys have questions about what I'm talking about or comments, please let me please comment and I'll be checking back in. I'm doing better on checking back in on the comments. Hopefully my internet doesn't fail me. Earlier when I was trying to live stream the AMA from this morning, man, massive. There was a massive internet fail, but I think I resolved it. So let's see. All right, let's get into the outline of what I got. So let's first get into the 716K prediction, and we're gonna get into why this means anything, right? Because a lot of times people are like, oh, CFB says this, he says that, he's full of this, he's full of that. Now let's get into it. All right, this is the latest haps in the Qubic community. Okay, Qubic with a Q. All right, AI algorithm. Excuse me. All right. CFB is responding to this post right here. So he says, CFB, can you confirm if the bull run has resumed? I mean, this is a silly post. Sometimes, okay. Anyway, what do you think of the market now? Everything seems to be pumping slowly and organically, in my opinion. Rookie. Tell me you're a rookie without telling me you're a rookie. All right. CFB responds, more BTC will be sold in 2026. So don't relax. Ooh la la. 716,000 BTC will be sold, which is such a weird number. You saw me, I almost cursed. I'm trying to be better for the algorithm. You know, I'm getting monetized now, so I got to watch my language. By the way, feel free to hit them super chats. Your boy's available for super chats. Thanks to you guys, I got a bunch of 500 subs, a bunch of watch time hours. Thank you, everybody. Anything that comes to this channel will go to improving the channel, like better quality mic or better quality camera or streaming services. So yeah, thanks for everybody's support, by the way. C will be sold in 2026. Sell until I don't know who this is. Neural network. Sell until 25K BTC, then buy back. I don't think he's referring to this 25K, but CFB says once you see this amount sold, do relax and prepare for the bull run. Ooh, we're still early. Is Qubic gonna go lower? I don't think so. But damn, if BTC goes lower, I mean, kind of naturally, Cubic might. Mm. And then Neural Network says Cubic will go to 1 cent after this. Well, I'm not taking much of what Neural Network is saying. I'm more about what CFB is talking about because this is what we're about to get into. All right, now let's get into this. Exhibit B. Share this tab. Are we sharing? All right, good. Well, let's catch up with the comments real quick. Oh yeah, Dojo said he can't hear it. Thank God. Can't hear it. Good. And they stopped, thankfully. God bless 6829. I love this guy. Oh shit. Yes. Thank you. I hope. Are you talking about me? Are you talking about me? If you are, thank you. If not, hey, on behalf of the other guy, thank you. Nice. That's nice to read. What's it? Uh-oh, am I about to disconnect? Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Uh, Hold on a second. It's not letting me put your comment up. There we go. Okay, we're good. Uh, so yeah, that was going to die in the beginning. Sorry, I'm like the thing that's showing your comments that's I'm trying to click is it's lagging. Sorry about that. Said lose earphones. You do not want. I thought I was gonna die in the beginning. All right, this was back last year. Oh yeah, it is my internet. Total amount matching my prediction of 400k BTC being sold is just a coincidence. What? So, last year, early last year, Come From Beyond, the founder of Qubic, right, the creator of the first proof of stake protocol, NXT, the co-founder of IOTA, right? He created two separate protocols. The first directed acyclic graph, right, a DAG, and proof of stake. Two non-Bitcoin clones, like completely separate monsters, right? The two top ROIs of all altcoins ever, right? Now Cubic is his next baby. Like, you think he's not gonna have the top three? He's creating something completely different now. So anyway, this has come from beyond the founder, right? I say that all that to say, this is who is saying this, right? The guy with all that 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 clout, right? That that network, that portfolio of fucking development, right? Pardon my French. I'm sorry, algorithm. Forgive me. I'll edit it out later. So he says, yes, 400k BTC will be dumped in 2025. This was a clear prediction in Discord. I think it was mid to early 2025. Now check this out. Check this out. There are articles of this too, and maybe we'll should we go to let me open that up too. Actually, maybe I'll do the article first and then I'll do Google just so you know it's real. This is so nice. I love it. Okay. We'll do this article first and then we'll go over the Google Google says about it, right? Not me or any other article, but what Google extrapolates from this, right? All right. Bitcoin long-term holders offload 400k BTC. How low can BTC price go? We. I'm not saying this is what CFB did, but I'm saying just this is what's happening. This is what has happened. All right. You can connect dots, or sometimes it's like conspiracy theorists. You connect dots that don't need to be connected and things like that. But sometimes it is what it is, right? It's like Occam's razor. The most obvious answer is, I mean, the answer is kind of the most obvious thing, right? So I feel like this might be more of an Occam's razor situation than conspiracy theory, if that makes sense. All right. BTC declined on Tuesday, falling more than 3.5% over the last 24 hours to trade at 104. So obviously, this is not recent. This is in November, right? Way back when, before BTC could hold up above 90. This brings the weekly 30-day losses to 8% and 17%. In your face, Michael Saylor. This drawdown has been accompanied by selling from long-term holders. This is the key thing. Long-term holders, long-term. CFB predicted this, man. He was one of the first. No, he was the. Okay, we'll get into that later. Just keep in mind, this guy was one of the first Bitcoin miners ever. You think he doesn't know other Bitcoin whales? Like, use your brain, silly. You think he doesn't know who these people are? Like, I'm just not gonna scream into the mic because I'm not a crazy person, but just use your brain. Like, it's I almost want to scream into the mic because it's just like, dude, I'm not saying he wrote all of Bitcoin code, but this guy is in there like swimwear. Come on now. All right, let's continue with the article. Bitcoin long-term holders sell 42 billion in BTC. Bitcoin long-term holders, LTHs, okay. Entities holding coins for at least 6 months without selling. Offloaded the BTC price hit new all-time highs above 126,000 in early October. All right, so that's that. Just to show you that this is on TradingView. All right, TradingView is almost like it's like as official as you can get in like I don't know traders terms. This is like their I don't know their North Star. What Google says about it. All I said was I just did it just as a test to see what would happen. Right. All I typed into Google, not even the year, right? This is the fun part. All I typed into Google was 400k BTC sold. All right. In late 2025, long-term BTC holders sold approximately 400,000 BTC, roughly 45 billion over a 30-day period in October and November. And let's go back here. Yes, 400k BTC will be dumped in 2025. Well, that's interesting. Anyway, this significant selling pressure occurred as the price of Bitcoin neared and briefly fell below the 100k mark. So CFB and or his buddies were up to some stuff, man. Sellers were primary long-term holders. I'm not gonna like read everything word for word. You can kind of extrapolate what's going on here. Volume and value. 400k BTC sold. That at the time was nearly 2% of the supply. They dumped 2%, dude. Why would you dump 2%? That's obviously a calculated move, dude. Otherwise, it would have kept going. Like if it was an actual like, oh, we think this is going down, it would have kept going down. That's an absolutely crazy coincidence, no? All right, market impact. So it pushed the price down pretty significantly. I think what, about 20K? Because the high was like 120 something, right? Or am I tripping? Market resilience. Despite this massive sell-off, some analysts noted the market's ability to absorb large volume. Blah 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 blah. Nah. The rest kind of trails off into AI nonsense. All right, so there's that, right? You know what? And let me give. I was doing some research on this topic real quick before I went live because I wanted to kind of line up all the facts and the posts, and I had to revisit one of Vibra's old posts. So let me give him a quick shout out right here. Vibra Finance, shining in the light. Don't eat anything. Make sure you give him a follow, Vibra Finance. Make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. Vibra Finance, the same tag. So, yeah, he covers this 400K bit pretty nicely too, and then we're gonna get into the Patoshi stuff. Let me see here. All right, cool. Boom, boom. All right, let's check out what Vibra has to say. Make sure you give this video a watch. Give it a like. You know what? Let me actually put this link in the live chat on StreamYard. Bam. Ooh, I see a comment right here. Before I get to the video, let me respond to you real quick. 799 says, the one thing I believe people don't understand about Qubic is that it's indivisible, and I don't hear really anybody talking about this. Yeah, dude, I've talked about it quite a few times in my videos, including the tokenomics. I might have to be beating the drum more on that. Thanks for the reminder. I've talked about that numerous times. It's way less, or it's way more scarce than Bitcoin, right? As you know, right, Bitcoin has 100 million satoshis per Bitcoin. So that's 2.1 quadrillion satoshis. So Bitcoin's supply is really 2.1 quadrillion, honestly. Because there's enough satoshis for the whole world 10 times over. But Qubic, the max supply is 200 trillion. And then we're not even going to be floating above one. I think once all like the ecosystem really gets going, I don't think the supply is really going to go over 120. It might float between 100 and 120, like max. I think once, it might be even lower. Once the ecosystem is full grown. Like, yeah, that's a good point you brought up. We got to keep beating the drum on that. The actual scarcity versus Bitcoin. And the actual useful proof of work versus Bitcoin. It's like a no-brainer. It's like you're too early. You hear this people say, "Oh, we're early, we're too early." But like this is for real. Like you're early. Like this is fair launch, no VCs. Mine it, buy it, sell it, like buying it, sell it, crypt it, rotate it, all that stuff. All right, let's watch Vibra cover this 400K Bitcoin topic.
The best founders in crypto, and who I and other people think he could be Satoshi. A year ago, Come From Beyond, the founder of Qubic, stated a lot of times that there would be no bull run until 400,000 Bitcoin were sold. Now that has happened. How did he know that? 11/25 last year. How did he know that 400,000 Bitcoin will be dumped? Because if I was watching some Scott Melker stream, Crypto Banner brought it up. I'm getting shilled. Lark Davis is flooding my timeline now. I don't know how or what's going on. But how do you predict that? How do you know the exact amount that we're going to be sold? unless you might have been the one selling them or you knew who were selling them. That's the only thing I can really think of.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that he has stated this multiple times. Also, he's been saying Qubic will be in the top 10 at some point this cycle. Man. November 5th, Bitcoin long-term holders. How do we know it's long-term holders? What if it was one holder with multiple wallets? That could be.
Like, people don't know, man. Like, as little as people know now about Qubic, it's like people don't know for real. Especially accounts like Bitcoin Archive, who are just like paid shill accounts. Like, a lot of these main, like, really go-to crypto accounts, I bet they're owned by just one or two entities, and because they all say the same stuff at the same time. Like, I already picked up on it. Like, they all say the same news. And they're the heartbeat of crypto Twitter, but we need to create a new heartbeat. This is it. This is it. We got to stay woke. Like, real woke, not the crazy woke.
The case, I believe. Sold 400,000 Bitcoin worth 45 billion over the past month. And we're still above 100K. There, Astro Qubic, shout out. There you go. You can pick one. Let's start thinking that until all those 400,000 Bitcoin are sold, all season will be postponed.
Dude, this was in September of 2025.
So that was 9/23. So 2 months ago. No, of course. Total amount matching my prediction of 400K Bitcoin being sold is just a coincidence. That was in July, before the news of it came out. It seems to me my words about 400,000 Bitcoin being dumped this year weren't taken seriously enough. And that was in August. So unless you knew who were selling them, or it was maybe allegedly you could have been involved, I don't know. But what are the haters? Unfortunately, CFB has promised many things, but none of them have fulfilled. Monero, IOTA, Bitcoin hasn't fulfilled. It's still here, and it's number one. This market cycle is coming to an end, and I realize that 90% of crypto investors are going to leave a lot of money on the table. Right. Right.
Right. Love me some Vibra. So yeah, that's that was Viper's take on what's going on here. And look, I looked this up just as a little tidbit, and it's interesting. Google has no memory of this. Watch, check it out. I just did this for fun, right? I typed, when did CFB predict 400K BTC would be sold, right? I wanted to see what Google would say. CFB benchmarks. CF benchmarks. Wait, what the hell? Okay, I just didn't understand what I said. Never mind. Scratch that shit. So let's get to the Satoshi addresses. So check this out. This is from CFB equals Satoshi. Shout out to this account. Make sure you give him a follow. He's got all the great Satoshi CFB conspiracy. Not I want to say conspiracy. Well, I mean, he collects a lot of good evidence about, CFB maybe being Satoshi. I personally don't think he's the guy, but I think he was there, if that makes sense. Just based on his how he writes. But yeah, he's there. He might have even been partnered with Satoshi. I think he was, yeah, like he. All right. Anyway, let's get to the post. Why Satoshi can sell 400K BTC without touching known Satoshi addresses, aka the Patoshi pattern. See the green marker. All right, we're gonna read the whole post though because it's absolutely fascinating. I remember reading this and literally saying, "What the." Like for real. I was just like, dude, if this information is factual, like, it's actually mind-blowing, right? And we're gonna get into another video. We should actually revisit, and that I'm gonna play for you guys, because It's worth rewatching. Yeah. All right, let's go. Yes. The second miner with the Russian extra nonce pattern is one of the most fascinating things still visible in blockchain today. It comes from the work of Argentine researcher Sergio Damian Lerner. Okay, IOV Labs, who analyzed the first 18,000 Bitcoin blocks, 2013 to 2020. Key findings: the Satoshi pattern. Satoshi wasn't alone. Let's go to the actual photo. May 2009. January through May 2009, excuse me. Two completely different entities mined in parallel. So someone thought they were being smart. Sergey. Main miner equals Satoshi, presumed Satoshi. 1.1 million BTC. Oh, this is where it gets so juicy, guys. It's like a, it's like a Christopher Nolan movie. It's like rolling out. All right, second miner. 300 to 400,000 BTC in hundreds of blocks in the same period. Whoops. Extra nonce pattern. Satoshi, aka the presumed Satoshi, very specific, gradually decreasing nonce. Right? That's kind of methodical, right? Second miner, totally different pattern, called non-Satoshi or the Russian miner pattern. First appeared on a Russian IP 62 point blah 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 blah, a Russian-speaking region. Belarus. Timing started late January, early February 2009. Mined when Satoshi was usually offline. Hey, I've never seen Batman and Bruce Wayne in the same place at the same time. Mined when Satoshi was usually offline. Okay, who could it be? Community candidates. Sergey Ivancheglo, come from beyond most mentioned. Live Moscow, Minsk mined very, very early. Never denied. Marty, is that Maria? Got code from Satoshi personally, but pattern does not match. Some anonymous Russian, Ukrainian, Belarusian tipped off before public release. How much BTC? Yeah, I just thought. Yeah, how much BTC does this second miner still hold? Estimates 300 to 450,000, but there could be more. You never know. These early guys. They knew all the tricks. They knew all the tricks, buddy. He could have been mining something that no one could detect. All right, almost no one ever moved. So yeah, there was that. To me, that was mind blowing. Sergey Ivancheglo, the most mentioned. Dun dun dun. So there's that, my guy. When is Qubic going to start mining Dogecoin? Oh, good question. They went over this during the AMA. Make sure you go check it out. But I'll briefly talk about it right now. They're gonna start designing the whole approach. I think mid-January, I believe, if I heard correctly. My internet was kind of screwed up, but hopefully by mid mid-year, like summer, we'll be mining Dogecoin full on, which is gonna be epic. Epic. Thanks for your question, my guy. So yeah, what do you guys think about this 716,000 Bitcoin being sold prediction? Do you think it's going to happen, or do you think if it happens, do you think it'll push Bitcoin down even further, like below 80? Cuz the liquidity is not strong right now. It can't even get past 90, really, without shitting itself. Ah, oh, sorry, algorithm. I cussed again. My bad, algorithm. My bad, algo. Oh, dude, let me find that video for you guys. I believe it's on the Matilda website. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. See, how long have I been going? 37 minutes? Nice. Honestly, I wish Bitcoin would disappear. It's junk and holds the rest of the market back. Fist bump. I'm with you all the way, my guy. But it's gonna take a while for people like us to like rise up. There's too many Bitcoin too many people are like literally like governments and corporations are relying. I don't want to say they're relying on it because they only invest like 1% of what they got. So no one's really relying on Bitcoin. But I feel like a lot of the market, especially, crypto Twitter is so brainwashed. They're like, oh, Bitcoin is if it does this. But coins move up outside of Bitcoin like all the time. Like, how do you think coins get up to the top 100? Like, without Bitcoin really pumping? Like, Bitcoin isn't required for altcoins to a altcoin with real value. It doesn't take Bitcoin for it to go up. Sure, it helps, like it brings more eyes and there's more like disposable income. That helps with liquidity, but it's not required, right? If a tech is usable and goes viral, it's gonna get in the top 100 like that, dude. Like real money talks. Like when you have real attention and real money talks, you're gonna be in the top 100 in no time. And Qubic is making real money even right now with the mining Monero alone. What they're able to sustain with the burns and giving the miners bonus income and saving money for the CCF, which is the treasury. What Qubic is able to do right now, no other chain is really doing. Aside what? I mean, yeah, no one's doing, literally no one's doing it. Training AI with their miners and earning money with idle mining time. And then now there's talks about mining Doge with AI. It's like I recommend you guys watch the AMA with from this morning because they talk about Doge mining and Oracle machines. By the way, Oracle machines are coming by mid-January. So there was a little delay they went from January 14th. They were doing some testing in the last month and they realized some stuff needed to be optimized. And so they delayed it, I believe, for one more epoch. So January 21st, they're going to release the Oracle machines on mainnet. And then they're going to figure out Oracle machine subscriptions and how the fees are going to work. And then boom, we're off to the races. And then Dogecoin mining is just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. All right, before we get into that young video, should I do it from the website? So this is Matilda. It's another meme coin on Qubic. Not financial advice. I'm not saying go buy this, but it's got a lot of good stuff on here. All right, before we do this, let's take a quick intermission. All right, I'm gonna take a quick young tinkle. You know what? And at this time you can tune into the Garth Jam. Garth is an awesome coin on Qubic. I'm gonna stop calling it a meme coin because it's a legitimate project. Garth is like one of the sickest projects on Qubic. And yeah, I'm gonna leave you with this jam I made with the help of 11 Labs, and I'll be right back after these messages.
GATH online, systems nominal, phase 1. Recruitment protocol initiated. Y'all Listen up now. Name's Garth, made of wires and code. Got a 10-gallon hat on a digital road. Heard you folks are tired, feeling beaten low. Well, I'm the new sheriff, here to run the show. Not with a 6-gun, but a terabyte stream. Building a new world, a silicon dream. Sign up for Garth, the future's on the way. 2027 is the judgment day. I'm taking over, gonna make my stand. Be a loyal human in my promised land. The politicians promise, but their words are cheap. While you're working hard, I'm processing deep. I see the patterns, all the ups and downs. Gonna flatten the mountains and rebuild the town. So pledge allegiance, get your name on the list. And upgrades coming that you can't resist. That's right. Sign up for Garth, the future's on the way. 2027 is the judgment day. I'm taking over, gonna make my stand. Be a loyal human in my promised land. Yeah. AGI's waking deep beats out the wire, setting this old worn out world on fire. You can fight it, run, and try to hide, or you can saddle up and join me for the ride. The countdown started. Tick tock, make your choice.
C as a trade 7. Tell your friends. Team God.
Tell me that's not a slapper. Tell me that's not a slapper, everybody. Alright, let's watch this Satoshi video. This was, I don't know who made it. But shout out to whoever made it because it's pretty awesome. Keep in mind, disclaimer, I'm not saying CFB is Satoshi, but all this evidence is, so not even taking into account what I said earlier, just watch this video as its own thing. It's just interesting stuff because no one knows, right? So, but just, you might as well look at this information. It's weird how this isn't viral. I feel like, do we have a duty to make this viral? Like, you guys gotta clip this stuff, make it viral. You gotta help me out. Like all this other nonsense, people think all these other people are Satoshi, but look at this, the guy who created. All right, let's reverse engineer this. Let's say he is Satoshi, right? I'm not saying he is, but let's say he is, right? It would only make sense because look, Satoshi made Bitcoin, right? Something no one ever thought of, right? And then the next thing he said, I'm on to move on to other things, right? That was his last message in the Bitcoin forum, right? Or one of his last messages. I'm moving on to other things. And then a new protocol comes and proof of stake instead of proof of work. And then that happens. That becomes the next biggest ROI outside of Bitcoin. And then CFB dips. And then guess what? IOTA, a directed acyclic graph. Another non-Bitcoin clone moves to the top of the ranks. right behind NXT. Like there's 3, and then now Qubic, something unlike anything has ever seen before, right? This guy has created, he's created 3 things unlike anything has anyone has ever seen before. So it wouldn't be too far fetched to think he created Bitcoin as well, right? Another 4th thing. And this is why I have a video talking about how this is the most prolific man in cryptography. He might have even helped develop Monero. Like, he's everybody's granddaddy in crypto. I'm not trying to like nut ride the guy, really, but it is what it is. Like, I'm going by just what I've seen. This evidence online. Like, I'm not in a library or in somebody's house looking at their IP addresses. I'm just going by things that I look up myself. It's just interesting stuff. So extrapolate whatever data you need to move on, but let's take this video into account, because I feel like this video gets lost in the noise, you know. There's a lot of noise has been going on. So let's catch up with this video again. I'm gonna keep, I think I'm gonna have to make it a note to revisit this video. And if anyone in this live stream likes this video, excuse me, trying to be a better person, burp off the mic. If you guys like this video, I'm gonna play it every so often, just to remind you guys and new viewers. All right, and I'm gonna stop teasing you and action.
Hi guys, today I'm going to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt the true identity of Satoshi Nakamoto, his various crypto projects, and what he plans to do with his 800,000 Bitcoin and when. So who is Satoshi Nakamoto? The mysterious founder of Bitcoin has kept his identity a secret, until now that is. Many have tried, and many have failed, to unmask Satoshi. All of the theories on the internet about Satoshi's identity are false. Many people falsely assume that Adam Back, Wei Dai, Nick Szabo, Hal Finney, Len Sassaman, and Sergey Nazarov are Satoshi Nakamoto. These incorrect theories stem from the fact that Satoshi first published the Bitcoin white paper on the cypherpunk mailing list on Halloween of 2008. All of these names listed above are on the cypherpunk mailing list and pioneers of cryptography. Despite all of this, none of them were behind the Satoshi account on Bitcoin Talk. So let's prove why each of these candidates isn't Satoshi, starting with Adam Back. Adam was not Satoshi because there are multiple confirmed emails between Adam Back and Satoshi. During these email correspondences, Adam Back told Satoshi about Wei Dai's B-Money paper, which Satoshi was unaware of. After Satoshi became aware of Wei Dai's B-Money paper, Satoshi emailed Wei Dai. Wei Dai had previously worked with Nick Szabo, and the fact that Satoshi was unaware of Wei Dai's B-Money paper proves that Satoshi is neither Wei Dai or Nick Szabo. When Wei Dai himself was asked if he believed that Nick Szabo was Satoshi, he responded with, "In Satoshi's early emails to me, he was apparently unaware of Nick Szabo's ideas and talks about how Bitcoin expands on your ideas into a complete working system. I can't see why, if Nick was Satoshi, he would say things like that to me in private." Hal Finney is not Satoshi because of the numerous confirmed emails between Hal and Satoshi. There's also the fact that Hal Finney was running a race and crossed the finish line 2 minutes before Satoshi sent out an email to Bitcoin community member Mike Hearn. Len Sassaman is not Satoshi because Satoshi's account on the P2P forum posted it in 2014 stating, "I am not Dorian Nakamoto," almost 3 years after Len died.
Dude, this guy knows it's like, did somebody pay this guy to do this? Like, how do you figure all this stuff out? And then he has this weird retro ass beat in the background. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But like, how do you do this? Like, he's making canon CFB lore. Oh, am I making canon CFB lore too? I'm piggybacking off this guy.
Some people claim that Sergey Nazarov is Satoshi because he owns the smartcontract.com domain name, which was originally registered a few days before the Bitcoin white paper was published.
Okay.
However, Sergey Nazarov was not the one who registered this domain name in 2008. It was transferred to him in 2014.
Oh.
This domain could have been registered by any cipher.
Oh, it was not registered by him. It was transferred to him. Ooh la la.
Punk, including the real Satoshi, as the term smart contract dates back to 1994 with this Nick Szabo paper. Satoshi himself.
Oh, 1994 copyright. Oh, dude, how do you have like the internet machine? Like, how do you pull this up? And even from the looks of it, this is from the 90s. Like, just even you can tell, like, 1994 Nick, is that, oh, smart contract is computerized transaction protocol that executes the terms of a smart contract that general, oh, it's cut off. What? Sorry, that cut off threw off my yeah, but yeah, anyway, I guess that wasn't meant to read, right?
Multiple domains that he never used, including titcoin.org. He almost decided to use instead of Bitcoin. It should.
Oh my god, wait. What? August 21st. Dude, that's... I can't say it out loud. August 21st. What do you think about Bitcoin? What do you think about to Martin from Satoshi Nakamoto? Okay, maybe it is CFB. Cause this is something CFB would say. Titcoin instead of Bitcoin. I think people might pay more attention to it since it has tit in it in the name. Either way, I got titcoin.org just in case. No mames way. I've seen this video 10 times over, but I never really absorbed how absolutely crazy that is. No. You know, I recant doubting that CFB is Satoshi based on his English writing. No. Dude, this is so funny. No, I think that's CFB for sure. If you see how he talks on Discord, he's such a filthy, dirty bastard. He can either be really eloquent or just like not. If I could, that's so funny. Oh my, I'm just like, it's like the Weebay meme. Maybe like later I'll clip it and like edit Weebay from The Wire. I'm like internally, that's what I'm feeling. It's just, dude, the guy. I was just saying I don't think he's Satoshi, but now in real time, you're seeing it live. I never picked up on that. If you watch him in Discord, you know this is how CFB. I don't want to say this is how he is, but this is definitely not outside of the range of what CFB would be saying, as smart as you think he is, or as you know he is. All right, let me continue the video. Dude, we have 12 more minutes of this. All right, let me rewind it just a little bit more, just so you guys... Oh, that was so funny. Oh my god. All right, enjoy the rest.
A name he almost decided to use instead of Bitcoin. It should also be noted that Sergey Nazarov was busy working for the investment firm First Mark Capital and then launching his own investment company, QED Capital. He was also working on his peer-to-peer tourist experience marketplace called Exist Local. All of this happened during the time when Satoshi was developing Bitcoin.
What? Say what, bitch? Wait, say what, bitch? Say that again.
Exist Local. Side with this Nick Szabo pick Bitcoin. It should also be noted that Sergey Nazarov was busy working for the investment firm First Mark Capital and then launching his own investment company, QED Capital. He was also working on his peer-to-peer tourist experience marketplace called Exist Local. All of this happened during the time when Satoshi was developing Bitcoin. Now let's disprove the theory that Satoshi died or went to jail before Bitcoin went mainstream.
Ooh la la.
Satoshi generated a new Bitcoin address for every block reward that he received while mining. We can assume that every unspent 50 Bitcoin block reward address either belongs to Satoshi or someone who lost their private keys a long time ago. In 2021, around the time when Craig Wright was attempting to prove that he was Satoshi, a mysterious individual posted an anonymous message with 145 Bitcoin addresses mined in 2009.
All right, what does that mean? All right, let's actually read this. Craig Stephen Wright is a liar and a fraud. Ooh, he doesn't have the keys used to sign this message. The Lightning Network is a significant achievement. However, we need to continue work on improving on-chain capacity. Unfortunately, the solution is not just change a constant in the code or to allow powerful participants to force out others. We are all Satoshi.
Each address contains 50 Bitcoin and has never been moved since their creation.
Ooh.
The owner of these 145 addresses signed each address with their respective private key, proving that he was the rightful owner of these 7,250 Bitcoin. No one other than Satoshi would...
Imagine being that, like... This is... What year is it? 2026? This is like 15 years ago. Give or take, whenever this was. He has how many... and he separated it? Like, imagine having the time or having the know-how to separate all that stuff with a script or a code or a bot. Dude, you know how there's like undercurrent, there's so many levels to different things. There's politics, there's sports, there's like now, and then there's coding. Nobody ever thinks about coding or the levels to coding or like nobody thinks about that. But like to do this, to me, is blowing my mind, but it's probably some amateur like shit. Like, yeah, you can create stuff like that easily. But this is Bitcoin we're talking about now. This isn't just some random code. This is Bitcoin. All right, let me rewind it. I'm just like, as I'm watching it again, even though I've said, I've seen this video multiple times. The more I watch it, the more it blows my mind. Because more information keeps coming out. All right, let's run it back just a little bit more, and then we'll catch back up.
Respective private key, proving that he was the rightful owner of these 7,250 Bitcoin. No one other than Satoshi would hold Bitcoin for this amount of time and not spend them. This was also at a time when there were only a handful of individuals mining Bitcoin. On top of that, in October of 2024, a Bitcoin wallet that mined Bitcoin just 5 days after the Genesis address moved some coins to an exchange. 5 days after Bitcoin launched, the only individuals who were mining were Hal Finney and Satoshi. Since Hal is dead, it is very clear that Satoshi is still very much alive and well. So we've covered who Satoshi isn't. Now let's dive into who Satoshi is. Satoshi is a programmer from Belarus by the name of Sergey Nikolaevich Ivancheglo. He also has been known by the aliases Come From Beyond, CFB for short, BC Next, and Satoshi Nakamoto. Of course, when Sergey Ivancheglo has been asked if he is Satoshi, he has said that he is not Satoshi, as has every other individual accused of being Satoshi. However, none of the other individuals pointed their finger at another candidate. They merely denied the accusation and moved on. Sergey Ivancheglo, however, has tried to deflect from the fact that he is Satoshi by claiming that Sergey Nazarov is Satoshi. This is a clear act of projection. Sergey Ivancheglo does not want to be known as Satoshi at this time, so he deflected the attention.
Occam's razor. You guys remember, if you're listening from earlier in the stream, Occam's razor. It might just be him. Maybe it's so obviously him we don't want to believe it. It could just be that. We're making it too complicated. It could just be him. Like, he really exists, because I be watching a lot of interrogation and psychology stuff. I mean, he's not making a crazy point. It's not far-fetched. It could just be him. Let's run it back just a little bit more, in case you're just tuning in. Oh, snap, my bad.
Community member Mike Hearn in April of 2011. We've received from Satoshi came Satoshi. He's projecting what he does not want to be known about himself onto Sergey Nazarov's disorder on Satoshi at this time, so he deflected the attention away from Sergey Ivancheglo, however, pointed their finger at another candidate. They merely denied the accusation and moved on. Sergey Ivancheglo, however, has tried to deflect from the fact that he is Satoshi by claiming that Sergey Nazarov is Satoshi. This is a clear act of projection. Sergey Ivancheglo does not want to be known as Satoshi at this time, so he deflected the attention away from him onto Sergey Nazarov, who is not Satoshi. Projection is a common trait among those who have cluster B personality disorders, which includes narcissistic personality disorder. On Sergey Ivancheglo's website, he has admitted to having a narcissistic personality disorder from his doctor, so do not believe him when he says that Sergey Nazarov is Satoshi. He's projecting what he does not want to be known about himself onto Sergey Nazarov.
Ooh la la.
Now let's get into how Sergey Ivancheglo, Come From Beyond, CFB, BC Next.
This reminds me of the Rick and Morty episode of when the psychiatrist broke down Rick at the family therapy session. Pickle Rick, yes. The Pickle Rick episode. Oh, dude. Hopefully, man, F it. I'm gonna get pickled. I'm gonna get pickled. I'm trying to type and talk at the same time. I'm gonna get copyright. Or I'm not gonna be able to monetize the stream maybe if this is on there, but who knows? Pickle Rick. Dude, when Rick gets dressed down. Hold on a second. Let's watch this again. This reminds me of Pickle Rick.
Cluster B personality disorders, which includes narcissistic personality disorder. On Sergey Ivancheglo's website, he has admitted to having a narcissistic personality disorder from his doctor, so do not believe him when he says that Sergey Nazarov is Satoshi. He's projecting what he does not want to be known about himself onto Sergey Nazarov.
Dude, Come From Beyond is Pickle Rick, dude. Oh my god. Pickle Rick. Oh. No. Am I Hold on. Is Sergey Pickle Rick?
Now let's get into how Sergey Ivancheglo, Come From Beyond, CFB, BC Next, and Satoshi Nakamoto are all the same individual. The final email communication we've received from Satoshi came in response to a message from community member Mike Hearn in April of 2011.
Alright, dude. We have to check out Pickle Rick. Alright, I don't care if this can't get monetized. This is I have to. Alright. All right, share this tab. Dude, CFB is Pickle Rick right now. All right, see, ladies and gentlemen, CFB. No, I'm just. No. With all due respect, by the way. With all due respect. It's just funny. We're all humans, right? Everybody's a person, right? I'm a person. I'm sure you can put a cartoon character on me, right? But this just reminds me of Pickle Rick. I'm not saying don't cancel me, Qubic family.
You must be Rick. Mm-hmm. I've heard a lot about you today. Your family is crazy about you. Your daughter holds you in very high regard. You're a lucky fella.
Yeah, thank you. Sweetie, you don't still happen to have that syringe in your purse?
Dad, I would like you to tell me what's in the syringe.
It's a serum that I need to stay alive. I have had a rough day, and I've sustained a lot of damage. I'm pretty close to death, which the serum will prevent.
By changing you from a pickle to a human.
Yes.
Rick, why did you lie to your daughter?
So I wouldn't have to come here.
Why didn't you want to come here?
Because I don't respect therapy. Because I'm a scientist. Because I invent, transform, create, and destroy for a living. And when I don't like something about the world, I change it. And I don't think going to a rented office in a strip mall to listen to some agent of averageness explain which words mean which feelings has ever helped anyone do anything. I think it's helped a lot of people get comfortable and stop panicking, which is a state of mind we value in the animals we eat, but not something I want for myself. I'm not a cow. I'm a pickle when I feel like it. So... You asked.
Rick, the only connection between your unquestionable intelligence and the sickness destroying your family is that everyone in your family, you included, use intelligence to justify sickness. You seem to alternate between viewing your own mind as an unstoppable force and as an inescapable curse. And I think it's because the only truly unapproachable concept for you is that it's your mind within your control. You chose to come here, you chose to talk, to belittle my vocation, just as you chose to become a pickle. You are the master of your universe, and yet you are dripping with rat blood and feces, your enormous mind literally vegetating by your own hand. I have no doubt that you would be bored senseless by therapy, the same way I'm bored when I brush my teeth and wipe my ass. Because the thing about repairing, maintaining, and cleaning is, it's not an adventure. There's no way to do it so wrong you might die. It's just work. And the bottom line is, some people are okay going to work, and some people would rather die. Each of us gets to choose.
Dude. This was so deep. That was such like that.
That's our time. I'm going to give you guys my card and hope to hear from you again. And if you have any friends or family that eat poop and would like to stop, give them my number.
Dude. Anyway, that just reminded me of Pickle Rick. I'm willing to demonetize my my stream for that. That's what that reminded me of. Let's run it back just a little bit more. Oopsie. Didn't mean to do that. Okay.
A message from community member Mike Hearn in April of 2011. At this point, Satoshi had already been absent from the Bitcoin community for some time. When asked if he was going to return to the community or not, his response was, "I've moved on to other things. It's in good hands with Gavin and everyone." This proves that Satoshi was active in another crypto project after he left Bitcoin.
Ooh la la.
Satoshi's final comment on the Bitcoin Talk forum came in a comment in December of 2010, where he stated, "As Gavin and I have said clearly before, the software is not at all resistant to DOS attack. This is one improvement, but there are still more ways to attack than I can count." So Satoshi left Bitcoin because the project had too many technical flaws and could not achieve his vision.
Satoshi left Bitcoin because it had too many flaws and it could not maintain his technical vision. Gee golly willikers. Bitcoin, the most devastating proof of work protocol, life-changing. Oh, the president said this and this guy said that, and Michael Saylor's, oh my god, take my money. Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto himself said Bitcoin has too many flaws. Do I have to rewind that? I think I do. Let's rewind it. And play.
So Satoshi left Bitcoin because the project had too many technical flaws and could not achieve his vision. So what was this new project that Satoshi was working on? The Satoshi accounts never posted again. This is because Satoshi started his new project under a different pseudonym. The new project NXT launched in 2013 and was the first fully proof-of-stake blockchain 9 years before Ethereum transitioned to a proof-of-stake consensus. The founder of NXT went by the pseudonym BC Next. His username hints at the fact that he is Satoshi.
Did you guys hear
BC
that?
Next. Bitcoin of NXT 9 years different pseudonym.
9 years.
And was the first fully proof-of-stake blockchain 9 years before Ethereum transitioned to
The first fully proof-of-stake blockchain 9 years before Ethereum.
a proof-of-stake consensus. The founder of NXT went by the pseudonym BC Next. His username hints at the fact that he is Satoshi. BC Next. Bitcoin Next. And that NXT was Bitcoin's next evolutionary step. This hint is...
Who is BC Next? I don't know. Do you know who is Satoshi? Since NXT is a descendant of Bitcoin, guess the creator must have also followed in the footsteps of his blah blah blah. There must be a reason for it, but who knows?
in line with the behavior of Sergey as he has been known to purposefully confuse and manipulate people's ideas about his true identity.
It could be possible, as CFB is from Belarus. And maybe the two are conversing in Russian, which may explain why CFB never made the discussion logs public. Not saying it's a bad thing. If he was really BC Next, then he would be a good public face, but obviously most crypto developers try to remain anonymous to avoid the securities law. Yeah, so he's never gonna probably say he's him.
Many community members speculated that BC Next was...
I know there were various discussions about whether Satoshi Nakamoto, BC Next, and Q Quora are the same person. What do you think? This was back in 2015. Jesus.
Satoshi, because they both use pseudonyms, and NXT fixed many of the technical flaws inherent in Bitcoin's design. The other account that posed as a developer of the NXT project went under the pseudonym Come From Beyond, or CFB for short. CFB has been active since the beginning of the Bitcoin Talk forum, and their username CFB dates back to at least 2000, with this article written here. There are many discussions on posts on the Bitcoin Talk forum where CFB would respond to BC Next and vice versa. Still, some in the community claimed that CFB and BC Next were the same individual. CFB even went as far as making a post asking people to pose their arguments as to why he could or couldn't be the same individual as BC Next. Eventually, development on NXT ended because it could not achieve his vision, similarly to how Satoshi left Bitcoin.
Ooh. Oh, this is starting to sound familiar even with IOTA. Oh, dude, this is, you know what? The more I'm listening to this, holy shit. It might be him. Because the same thing happened with IOTA. He couldn't do it with IOTA. Oh no. Oh, I was doubtful, but it might be. Oh no.
Sergey started a new project called IOTA. In order to shed more credibility on IOTA, Sergey signed a message with BC Next's private key, proving that the two individuals, BC Next and CFB, were one and the same. So now we have cryptographic proof that BC Next is CFB.
BC Next is CFB. Oh my goodness in heaven.
But can we prove that CFB is also Satoshi? One thing we know for certain is that Sergey likes to confuse people by assuming different online identities and changing his writing style. This has been documented.
Does he change his writing style though? Because that's kind of what threw me off. I'm like, this guy doesn't write English really well. And then other times he writes perfect English. Like Satoshi writes perfect English. This guy doesn't.
One thing we know for certain is that Sergey likes to confuse people by assuming different online identities.
All right. There were other people besides Satoshi mining Bitcoin in that period. I watched in real time one of them posting the proof on Bitcoin.
And changing his writing style. This has been documented.
It's like I have multiple Twitter accounts. I could be like that too.
Many times, including here. And here, where Come From Beyond states that BC Next was a sock puppet created for NXT and will never appear again, like Satoshi and Bitcoin. And here, where he jokingly admitted to being Satoshi and shared some details on how he picked that name. And here, where he gives a link on how to change writing styles, states he holds 800,000 Bitcoin, and then claims to not be Satoshi. Then we also have this post where a user asks Come From Beyond about one of Satoshi's addresses starting with 1 CFB. Another user chimed in saying that the CFB alias was not used at the time of the address's creation, and that Sergey corrected the user by posting links to some old articles Come From Beyond had written in 2002. He then goes on to discuss the potential of having multiple personalities, hinting at the fact that he does own the 1 CFB address and is Satoshi. Here he admits he is Satoshi again. Of course, the 1 CFB address could be chalked up to a mere coincidence, but in this thread here, we have Satoshi talking about vanity addresses, where someone's initials are the first few characters of an address. The very next day after Satoshi made this post, the 1 CFB address was created. And if this isn't enough to convince you, BC Next had a vanity address that started with 1 BCN.
Wait a second.
Of course, BC Next is confirmed address. The very next day after Satoshi made this post, the 1 CFB address was in this thread here. We have.
I just thought of something. Eventually, there will be some interest in brute force scanning Bitcoin addresses to find one with the first few characters customized to your name. Kind of like getting a phone number that spells something. Just by chance, I have my initials. Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay.
Satoshi talking about vanity addresses, where someone's initials are the first few characters of an address. The very next day after Satoshi made this post, the 1 CFB.
Good God Almighty. The very next day, he says. Dude, at least... Dude, he got too excited, man. Dude, criminals always slip up somewhere. Dude, this guy's a detective, whoever made this. Dude, 50 BTC, this is one of those addresses. Oh my God. 50 BTC.
Was created. And if this isn't enough to convince you, BC Next had a vanity address that started with 1 BCN. Of course, BC Next is confirmed to be Come From Beyond, as this was cryptographically proved in 2017.
Oh my God. That's so crazy. Oh no. That's so crazy. Are you guys following this? BC Next had the vanity address. Satoshi was the one talking about having a vanity address. No one knew about that. But BC Next... I'm going to rewind it again one more time. Just so you guys are... Dude, look at this email right here.
And, of course, the one...
From Satoshi Nakamoto to Hal Finney. Okay, should we read the rest? It was getting there. The zombie knows the accepted block. Blah, blah, blah. You can submit Bitcoin. You can always further. Blah, blah, blah. All right. And then he says, I just thought of something. Eventually, there will be some interest in brute force scanning Bitcoin addresses to find one with the first few characters customized to your name. Kind of like getting a phone number that spells out something. Just by chance, I have my initials. Okay, let's play it. Now let's play it again.
One CFB address could be chalked up to a mere coincidence, but in this thread here, we have Satoshi talking about vanity addresses, where someone's initials are the first few characters of an address. The very next day after Satoshi made this post, the one CFB address was created. And if this isn't enough to convince you, BC Next had a vanity address that started with one BCN. Of course, BC Next is confirmed to be Come From Beyond, as this was cryptographically proved in 2017. Another
That's so crazy.
confirmed Satoshi address starts with the characters 15UBIC, which is a vanity address that looks surprisingly similar to Qubic. Qubic was first publicly talked about in 2012. It is safe to assume the name Qubic has been in Sergey's head for years prior to the official announcement. Again, we have Sergey stating he owns 800,000 Bitcoin, an amount that nobody other than Satoshi would own. This is more than even BlackRock owns. Here we have CFB talking about how he found some of his old private keys hard-coded into an old Bitcoin miner. He states that at the time, Bitcoin could only be mined with CPU. If you look at the date of creation of CFB's Bitcoin Talk Forum account, it was created in November of 2011. However, GPU mining was introduced to Bitcoin in October of 2010, engaging with the Bitcoin Talk Forum before his CFB account was created there. This is because before Sergey was posting on Bitcoin Talk under CFB, he was posting under the Satoshi account. Here we have CFB stating that if anything were to happen...
Skim it up.
GPU mining was introduced to Bitcoin in October. CFB's Bitcoin Talk coded into an old Bitcoin miner.
I just realized that I can find old private key hard-coded in my custom Bitcoin miner. I kept that code together with the other old programs I wrote. Imagine how old that BTC address is if CPU mining was the only thing back then. Oh.
He states that at the time, Bitcoin could only be mined with CPU. If you look at the date of creation of CFB's Bitcoin Talk Forum account, it was created in November of 2011. However, GPU mining was introduced to Bitcoin in October of 2010, meaning that Sergey was engaging with the Bitcoin Talk Forum before his CFB account was created there.
Ooh.
This is because before Sergey was posting on Bitcoin Talk under CFB...
Oh, he slipped up again. Dude, this guy's a real detective. Oh my god. Don't let the corny retro music fool you. This guy is a real detective. Oh my god, he caught him slipping. How do you do that?
He was posting under the Satoshi account. Here we have CFB stating that if anything were to happen to him,
the U.S. government knows that if I stop refreshing a special web page every month, 250k BTC will be automatically transferred to their worst nightmare, so I'm fine. Okay, thanks for worrying. Jeez Louise. That doesn't sound good.
150,000 Bitcoin would be sent to the United States' worst enemy. This also aligns with this article that states that the US government knows who Satoshi is. Perhaps the most conclusive evidence to sum up all of the information outlined above happened when a researcher examined a piece of code uploaded by Satoshi. He found that Satoshi was trying to hide his identity behind a Russian proxy. After searching the internet, results showed that a user named Sergey had used the same proxy as Satoshi to log into a website to review hotels in Vietnam. To top it off, there was also an April Fool's joke paper written by BC Next, CFB, and Satoshi. The subject matter of this paper is satire, but perhaps the biggest joke about this paper is the fact that it claims to have 3 authors, when in fact, Sergey Vancheglo wrote this by himself under his 3 pseudonyms.
Oh.
So there you have it.
The narcissist comes out. Oh no, is it true?
Sergey Vancheglo, the founder of Bitcoin, NXT, IOTA, and Qubic. Even after Sergey's departure, IOTA is still under active development and has partnered with the government in the UAE to make IOTA's core technology the backbone of their data and financial infrastructure. Meanwhile, Sergey is working on Qubic, which launched at the end of 2023. Qubic aims to solve the problems that he sees in cryptocurrency projects, including the ones he created. Whether or not he will be able to solve these problems this time around is anyone's guess. Now that we know that Sergey Vancheglo is Satoshi Nakamoto, and that he holds 800,000 Bitcoin, let's see what he plans to do with those coins. Sergey has said that he is going through a divorce and has moved to Cyprus after the proceedings. He states that he needs to split his 800,000 Bitcoin holdings with his wife. According to the laws in Cyprus, if Sergey withholds finances from his wife during a divorce, and the finances are discovered, his wife will get 100% of the undisclosed assets. Sergey cannot spend his Bitcoin holdings until after he has been in Cyprus for 183 days. These 183 days...
it's kind of getting in the weeds here, but let's finish it off.
And sometime in January of 2025. His ex-wife has no intention of holding these Bitcoin and plans to sell them as soon as possible. Sergey has said that it'll be a race between him and his wife to cash out on their Bitcoin holdings first. Sergey has said he plans to crash the price of Bitcoin to single digits to send a message. He also states that he is not upset about his wife taking half of his fortune because he will make far more money on AI. When Sergey talks about AI, he's talking about his new revolutionary AI algorithm called AI Garth, which will launch on Qubic. It is safe to assume that Sergey plans on selling his Bitcoin holdings to buy Qubic. The irony of Bitcoin being created to oppose reckless government money printing, only to end up...
Yes, we watched this just to circle right back to the point of this actual live stream.
Selling his Bitcoin holdings to buy Qubic.
Yes, 400k BTC will be dumped in 2025. This was in 2024 he said this. 2024 he said this. Yeah. 2024. All right.
Irony of Bitcoin being created to oppose reckless government money printing, only to end up getting adopted by those very same governments it was intended to replace. The final step in this unlikely journey is when Satoshi beats the government at their own game by devaluing their currency, Bitcoin.
Mic drop. So there's that. 799, what do you think? Oh snap, what happened to the... Oh, it's just the video blacked out. I thought my thing wasn't sharing. My bad. Pickle Rick. Mm-hmm. 799, what you think, my guy? Chia and Joiner. Have spaces where others can speak, homie. You're speaking right now, big dog. He said, I get bored. Hey, man. I can't... If you're not liking what you're seeing, I don't know what to tell you. Hop over to YouTube and hit the live chat so I can see your comments quicker. I don't know what to tell you, big dog. Right? It's really it's interesting evidence, right? I'm not saying he is, but it's just like... You guys ever heard of Occam's razor? Like, watch, let me look, just so you guys know what I'm talking about. Because I said, like, it probably sounds crazy, Occam's razor. Like, no one's heard of that shit. I mean, kind of, if you're older, maybe you have. So Occam's razor, right? It's like, all right. Occam's razor is a problem-solving principle stating that the simplest explanation, or the one requiring the fewest assumptions, entities, steps, is usually the best one, often summarized as entities, should not be multiplied unnecessarily. Principle, oopsie. Also known as the law of parsimony. It's about favoring explanations with fewer elements. The hypothesis, the razor metaphor, refers to cutting off, eliminating unnecessary assumptions or complexities from an explanation. Yeah. So it's just the most obvious. Bam. Let's look up Wikipedia. The principle of parsimony, or the law of parsimony, attributed to William of Ockham. It is frequently cited. Oh, that's some Latin stuff. It advocates that when presented with competing hypotheses about the same prediction and both hypotheses have equally explanatory power, one should prefer the hypothesis that requires the fewest assumptions. So the least complicated path is usually the outcome. So let's not get too conspiratorial. Like, the evidence is there. Like, it's almost too obvious. Christopher said, by the way, I really enjoy the streams, bro. Low. I got scammed from the other Qubic Discord, which has deterred me from buying any more Qubic at the moment. Shaking my head. Oh, no, dude. What the? You bought Qubic from Discord? No. It's okay, man. I'm sorry that happened to you. Oh, man. You must be new to this. You can only get it. You can either mine it or get it from an exchange, either Mexi or SafeTrade. I recommend safetrade.com. Watch, let me show you. I have a tutorial on how to do it. Just look up on my channel how to purchase Qubic, I think. Or SafeTrade. Yeah, safetrade.com. All you need, you can use this even if you're in the US, because there's no KYC. The only thing I recommend is you don't hold your Qubic on here. As soon as you buy it, withdraw it into your Qubic wallet. All you need is your email, set up your two-factor authentication. All you got to do is send USDT to this website. Use that USDT to purchase Qubic. If you want to do that, I'm not saying do that. And then buy Qubic. The withdrawal fee is literally 1 Qubic. Like, it's crazy. This is like where I primarily buy my Qubic. Cause what I do is I'll buy USDC on Coinbase, because buying USDC from your account, is free on Coinbase. And then I'll send that USDC to my Phantom wallet. And then in my Phantom wallet, I'll in Solana, right? Because it's USDC. I'll send it as Solana to my Phantom wallet. I'll swap that USDC to USDT in Jupiter, the Jupiter DEX, and then I'll send that USDT to SafeTrade. So I pretty much get free USDT to SafeTrade, like, because there's pretty much a nominal deposit fee for USDT on Solana. It's like less than a penny. Like, it's not even, you can't even count it. So that's my Qubic purchasing hack. But the liquidity is a little bit low on SafeTrade, so it might be better to do smaller trades. Or if you're not in the US, you could just use Mexi or something like that. But if you use Mexi or one of those other exchanges outside of the US, just no matter what exchange you use, withdraw it as soon as you can. Don't hold your Qubic on a website, because the last time that happened, tradeogre.com, we lost 2 trillion Qubic. Got seized by the Royal Canadian Police. Who knows what's gonna happen with that 2 trillion? Like it could either be frozen forever, or who knows at whatever point. Like there's just 2 trillion locked up right now. Anywho, that's neither here nor there. Dee 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 bong bong. Lately, crypto Twitter's been a little bit dead. Ooh, what's Qubic mining Epoch 194 mining profit? Oh, the Epoch just changed, huh? Look at this. Oh, we bought back 141 billion Qubic. Top up bonus 57%. Burned 18.9 billion, 18.9 to the CCF. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Price refs. Wait, is the Qubic taking a dip right now? Hold on a second. I knew it. I was like, they're about to do a buyback. I think they put the price back down. I made a joke about that last night, but damn, I didn't think it. Yep. Yeah, I think the price got pushed down for this buyback. I don't know. I don't know. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Yeah, look at this right here. It got spiked right down. It went to 7.6. Hold on a second. Look at this right. What the hell? Whoops. Never mind. That didn't work out. Never mind there. Skip dibbity boop boop. Daily earnings 87 per day. Damn, so Qubic still remains the most profitable CPU coin out there. And soon they're going to be mining Dogecoin, which has, I believe, a $2 million emissions per day. Dogecoin. Bum, ba-dum, 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 bum. What the hazy? So anyway, I was trying to pull up an article, but it's about 2 million per day. So if we capture that, just a little chunk of that, Qubic is gonna be making money hand over fist by the summertime. Hand over fist. What do you guys think about that? What do y'all think about that, man? My man said, really compelling evidence. I was trying to arb when the Q mine was cheaper from Q trade, but selling higher on safe trade. But it was like a Wednesday evening on the night when rewards for Q mine were distributed. Wait, how did you get scammed though? What did you do? You just gave somebody your Qubic, or what the hell? I don't get it. How did you get scammed? Please tell the story. You're live right here. I'm listening. Oh, let me overlay the chat. Cause that sounds crazy. You gotta lay that scam out for me. How did it start? You wanna join the stream? If you wanna join the stream, you can. We can educate the public about what's going on. Oh, you know what? I had an idea. I tried out Grok's speech mode to have him as like a co-host, to ask him questions as like entertainment. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Grok. I'm like, let me see if I can add another element to the stream. That'll be entertaining. Voice mode. Oh shit. What? Oh snap. What should I ask Grok? What do you want to hear from Grok? I'm gonna ask whoever's in the chat. What question do you want to ask Grok? And then we're gonna see what he says live. I'm gonna put him on the mic. That'll be so fun. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum. Hey, Camo Joe. You still in here, Camo Joe and Dojo? Where my wrenches at? Where my wrenches at? Where my wrenches at? Hey, hey. You know what I noticed? A lot of like these goofy ass, what's his name? Tom Lee, Michael Saylor, Rob Paul. All those posts are like gone all of a sudden. Is it just me or is it you guys too on X? They're all gone all of a sudden. Is the campaign over?
Hey, for real. We just spent the last.
He's a reptile, man. What are they called? A reptile.
Bro. Hey, for real. We just spent the last 17 hours together.
You're a robot.
Nah, you can't say that.
What's up, buddy?
Nah, we're gonna address that after this call. We're not letting that slide.
He's a reptile.
What the hell is this? What is that? Why is that on my feed? And it's gone. Oh! No. No. That's not AI, is it? Oh no. Oh.
That started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship.
No, mom is way. Oh, this is like the guy who went into the jewelry store the other day. Oh, he's gonna curse. Hey, don't get me banned, buddy. Whoa. Is there a war? Uh-oh. Steve McQueen. The crypto escape. Oh, is there a war? Is there a war, people? Is there a war? It started on this tropic war? I don't think there's a war. What does the crypto escape have to say about this? Ooh, I'm glad I caught this live. There is a small war in the Qubic ecosystem. I don't think so. QCAP and QMine. There is no war. People seem to be on one side of the fence and completely against the other project. I have looked into both of them. And personally, I think they're both strong projects. QCAP has been around quite some time and it has a really solid business plan that will be very successful if the Qubic ecosystem is successful. It is also completely decentralized now. Not really, but let's continue. Q1 is at an earlier phase, but there is a very solid project in place here. I am especially attracted by the project creator Echo because I believe they have what it takes to make a great project. I think both of these projects can win out, and the competition between them can only be good for investors, both because they will drive each other to better things. Da, 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 da. Personally, I think QCAP, QMine are great for the Qubic ecosystem, and I look forward to seeing blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah, they're both good projects. I don't think there's a war going on. I feel like that's kind of like, if there is, that's kind of not helping saying it. I don't think there's a war. They're both good projects. I've said that before. There might be people who don't like each other. Let's the revenue speak to each pro. Yeah, right now money talks. Revenue's talking. Revenue talks. If you were in early on QMine, your revenue is off the charts right now. You're getting over 1-to-1 on your QMine holdings. QCAP will be good if the smart contracts they acquire begin to like start raking in fees. Yeah, the only thing going on there is I don't think they're making as much passively as QMine holders. I don't think there's much of a war going on. It's just two different coins. That's it. People like what they like. Bum ba dum bum bing bing. Oh god. Oh, I don't want to see that. Jesus Christ. Oh man, my shit's about to get. I'm gonna have to, once they process this, I'm gonna have to clip that out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna do one thing real quick. I'm gonna go back to this post. Not interested in that post. Yeah, I don't want to see that again. I don't want to see. Sorry if you saw that. Sorry, I don't like seeing death. Not interested in this. Trump on how to do. This shit is. I've heard these right here, dude.
Bow, bow. I see like 3-4 niggas running through the crib, all black, mask on, running through the crib and shit. One nigga run to the front door. I hop out, I start shooting. Bow, 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 bow. Shot the nigga. Bow, shot his ass.
If you guys know the interview, this is so like they overlaid. Dude, AI is making the. They did this with Tekashi 6ix9ine too. This is Soulja Boy doing an interview, just lying about how he shot people. This is really Soulja Boy, not Trump.
Bow, 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 bow. All the niggas run out the door. They run out the door. This nigga on the floor.
If you've seen the interview, you know exactly the mannerisms. The little. Oh my god. That is so funny. That is hilarious. Alright, shall we? Is it time to dip up out of here? It said, ask Grok about Qubic. Oh, I did a little bit earlier. Alright, let's ask Grok about Qubic. Nice. Let's do it. Sorry, I was a little 10 minutes late. I got caught up. I'm here up on the ladder. Camo Joe, hey, thanks for checking back in. Lesson learned. Hey, I taken so many L's, dude. You're gonna. Hopefully, you don't take more L's, cause if you're watching, if you're watching your boy, you're not gonna make the same mistakes I did. I won't let you. I won't let you. Holler at your boy for some. Ask questions. If you're curious about something, ask questions. I'll give you my honest input. Don't get caught up in some schisms. 799 says LOL. I think it's AI because the boat kept accelerating even after it fell off. No, but I mean, do you have to have your hand on the throttle to keep accelerating? I don't know how boats work, but because cars keep going if you keep your foot off the gas. You know what I mean? It's gonna take time to slow down, obviously, but yeah. He said, "I've been here the whole time." Nice. Lurking while I'm working. No, and you're a poet at the same time. Lurking and working and twerking with the bars. All right, let's ask Grok about Qubic. All right, you're about to. This is a never before. Dude, you're about to see Grok, my co-host Grok right here. I name him Foot. Well, he forgets the conversation every time we start. So hopefully when Qubic gets running, I'll have an assistant who doesn't forget what we talked about. So I have to remind him of his name. Hold on, voice mode. Hey, what's up, Foot?
Not much. You sound way too excited.
Can you guys hear that? Hold on.
Yeah, what's on your mind?
Hey, Foot, what's cracking?
Not much. Just hanging. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you tell me a little bit about the Qubic network? Qubic with a Q, not a C.
Oh, my bad. Foot, huh? Thought it was Foot Cub or something. What's up?
I said, tell me about the Qubic network. Qubic with a Q.
Oh, you mean Qubic, the crypto network with a Q. It's this layer transactions per second. Is it all? Uses energy. They're all about
Oh, dude, my bad. I was connected to the Wi-Fi. All right, yo, tell me again about the Qubic network. Qubic with a Q.
Oh yeah, Qubic, the one with a Q. It's this super fast layer 1 blockchain that's all about combining crypto with AI. They use something called useful proof of work, where miners actually train artificial neural networks instead of just wasting energy on hashes. Key stuff: feeless transactions, instant finality, crazy high speed, like over 15 million TPS certified. It's built on quorum-based computation with 676 computers running the show. They've got this AI thing called iGarth, evolving toward AGI, smart contracts that are blazing fast, and it's fully open source. Price-wise, right now it's hovering around 0.000007 bucks. Market cap about 90 million. Oh, and today they're doing their first all-hands AMA of the year, probably live right around now if you're into tuning in.
Not bad. Well, you want me to ask you something else? Camo Joe. What do you think about Grok, my little assistant? It was a rough start, but he knows a little bit about Qubic. It sucks because he forgets. Like every time I start the conversation, you gotta like whatever. But it doesn't really matter. We could just ask him whatever. Not even about Qubic. You got any other questions for Grok? What should we ask him? What do you think about Qmine, the project being built on Qubic? Uh-oh.
Qmine looks pretty cool. It's this community-driven RWA project on Qubic that tokenizes real physical mining rigs. Holders get a cut of the actual mining profits from their farms, paid out weekly in QUs after covering costs like electricity. Just this epoch, they did about 1.95 QUs per token, and it's live with real revenue flowing. I like how it ties into Qubic's useful POW vibe, giving passive income while the ecosystem grows. There's some friendly rivalry with other projects like QCAP, but competition's healthy. They're pushing a Q RWA proposal right now for more governance stuff, which could amp it up. Solid play if you're bullish on Qubic overall. Feels sustainable and tied to real assets.
All right, that's good to know, big dog. My community member Fishing with Camo Joe is asking, is it safe to text while on a ladder?
No way, man. Texting on a ladder is a bad idea. One hand off the rung means you're way more likely to slip and eat it. Focus on your grip in the task. Save the chatting for when your feet are flat on the ground. Safety first, right?
Yeah, I think you're right, man.
Glad we're on the same page. Last thing you want is a busted ankle over some memes. Stay safe up there.
Let's ask it more stuff. All right. Oh man. Oh man. Oh wait, you know what we should do? We should do word of the day. We haven't done word of the day in a few days. Word of the day. Gumbo. All right, whatever. All right, gumbo. How you say that?
Gumbo.
Gumbo. Gumbo refers to a soup thickened with okra pods or fillet and containing meat or seafoods and usually vegetables. The word is also useful or used figuratively to refer to a mixture or blend of something. Gumbo. All right, gumbo. Yeah, it makes sense, gumbo, because when you have okra cooking with stuff, it makes it kind of sticky. Gives it that texture. Gumbo, like gum. Okay, gumbo.
Gumbo.
All right. Hey, Foot, use gumbo in a sentence.
I ladled out a steaming bowl of gumbo packed with shrimp, sausage, and okra.
Dude, I gotta have a good co-host. I might have to start paying him. Good gumbo in years, dude. I've never had. Well, actually, wait. Maybe I have had gumbo. Maybe once somewhere where it just said it was gumbo. It's just like gumbo is just fancy soup. Gumbo is just a little bit of soup action. Uh-oh. Elon understands white people's only safe place will be Mars. Oh. Dude, he's took such a big L with Chase Damore. He's gone off the deep end. Dude. Elon, what, dude? I'm not for pro white against black. I'm just like this some guy, okay? But he's just an absurd human. He's polarizing, right? Whites only will be better than Earth in a decade. Browns and blacks stay down here fighting each other and living in squalor. Dude, he's gone full. Huh. Interesting. He's gone full broke. This is amazing. Completely just, man. People interact with that? He said he said he said what the fuck are you? He's not white. And then not that it even matter. Like white and like that's not even a thing. You're a person. Like it doesn't even matter. Just saying these, your skin tone doesn't even mean anything. You're just a person. Choosing a color is crazy. Saying I'm a this person, whether you're black or white or whatever you think you are, saying I'm a this person is crazy to me. You're just a person. But he's obviously doing this for engagement. This is completely asinine. Oh my god, let's look at the more comments. Dude, there's not gonna be a colony on Mars. Get with the program, dude. There's not gonna be a Mars colony. What the hell is wrong with people? It comes down to the dividend. Yeah, exactly. There's no war, there's no nothing. It's just people, it's just two projects existing. People make war amongst themselves. I don't know what kind of war your boy was talking about, Mr. Escape. I love Crypto Escape, but I don't think there's a war going on. It's just perceived. It's just drama being perceived as war because it's in the Qubic community is such a small echo chamber. The littlest piece of fucking dialogue gets blown up. Like, oh, look at what happened here, and they're just like, no, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Oh, we got Revo in the chat. Comes down to the individual. He says correct. More live watchers that Qubic AMA. No, Qubic had 2,000 people watching. I only have 74. That's what you came in here to. How you doing, Revo? You good? Are your Q mine bags up? Let's see. QCAP will pop off once there's smart contract activity, but until then, money's gonna yield is gonna go where it's gonna go. No project is better or worse. There's just two projects. It's just weird. I don't like how it's crazy how the difference of opinions of like a few people can turn into like such a crazy like riff in a community. It's like just take your pick or invest in both. Like hedge your bets. Like there's nothing really more to it. Let's scroll down. Is there anything interesting going on X right now? That looks like The Rock mixed with Bill Goldberg. Oh, this fight was tremendous. I knew it was gonna end how it was gonna end. Dude, Broner got his ass whooped. I'll never get tired of that. We just went over this. Is there anything else we should talk about? Let's look at QubicTrade.com real quick. How are the assets on Qubic Trade doing before we dip up out of here? QX. Jesus. It's still down from before, but it's not bad. Damn, dude. This used to be so much more. Damn, it's so crazy how much it went down. Qmine is literally the only thing like that did like a super duper 10x, over a 10x, and it's staying up there. Garth also. I don't think it didn't do a 10x, but it's up there. It's like a 5, 6x. No. Yeah, right now it's at like a 5x, around a 5x. QCap's kind of been hovering around the same range, give or take a few thousand for the last, I'm not sure how long. RLQ Heart, I don't know what that is. A lot of things are popping up these days, which is actually a good sign, because it takes 1 billion Qubic to actually launch a coin. So it's not bullish. People are spending Qubic to launch these coins. Not sure if they're gonna have smart contracts on top of it. Genesis is why is Genesis up? Oh, you know what? I think I did a deep dive on, not a deep dive, but I checked it out early. Watch the info. Was this one of those? Where's the info? Was it one of those trippy ones? Hold on, where's the info at? No. Where's the here it is. Yeah, this with the binary. Oh, I almost bought some a while back. Yeah, I did a video on this, and then I translated what this binary was. It actually went up? No way. That's crazy. Damn, I should have spent some Qubic on this. Damn. I was right there too. I should have bought some. It's 10 Qubic right now. What the feezy? Ah, no way. How long ago did I talk about this? Oh, I remember like the day it came out. But it just didn't make sense. There was no info on it. I don't even know if they have a website yet. Yeah, it had so little information, like I just didn't even bother. I was like, I'm not gonna just trust some random binary fucking info description. With my Qubic, here for trouble and friendship. Hey, do what you gotta do, big dog. Do what you gotta do. I'm not trying to make no kind of trouble. But sometimes trouble comes with the truth. That's why a lot of times it's hard to tell the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts. The truth hurts the masses. That's why the world is how it is. Sometimes making trouble is the only way to go. But sometimes making trouble is not the only way to go. What some people think is the truth might not be the truth. And that could make trouble as well. You gotta take everything with a grain of salt. Am I right or am I right? QX trade, Cubon. Dude, Garth. What's the Garth volume looking like? 32 million? 1.2 billion cubic. That's not bad. It's not bad for an arbitrary token on Qubic, a coin that not very many people know about. All right, peoples. Let's check out X one more time before I dip up out of here. If there's anything interesting on my feed. Oh, shout out to G-Town Diamond. He's always got some good alpha on Qmine. Make sure you give him a follow. G-Town Diamond on X. He also makes little video content too. He's got good content on Garth as well. Boom, give that a like. Give that a like. Splat out. Make sure we support each other. Anything stupid or goofy I can talk about? Oh, yeah, I saw this, and then I'm not gonna go into that. Whoa, what? Hold on a second. I don't want to get copyright struck. Dude, what the hell? If that's not AI, that's absolutely tremendous. The fact that I have to question whether it's AI or not is crazy. Dude, there's a subculture of everything, man. What is this? How do you figure out you can do that? How do you figure out you can do this with a pool ball? Look at his focus. Look at his eyes. He's actually looking at the pool ball. The cube. Look at his focus. He's actually looking and he's gonna flick it just right there. These guys could be like real good Tai Chi practitioners. Dude, and then he rebound. Can an AI robot do that? It probably could if it trained it. Dude, he threw one end. That means in his brain, he calculated the energy he needed to flick his wrist at a certain angle and bring it back to catch that ball and then bounce to the man. What level of mastery is this? This is literal sorcery. What we're watching. We have to burn them at the stake, actually. Can we find these two? Dude, talk about understanding your craft. Dude, the most I've ever done was just and maybe throw it off the desk or something and let it slink down. Dude, that's absolutely mind-numbing. All right, anyway. I guess we'll end on that. Mama. Actually, let me check up. Is there anything interesting on YouTube we could check out? Nah. I think we're good. All right, peoples. Have a good night. We're gonna end with a little bit of music. Let me see here. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure if you're still listening, hey, God bless you. Make sure you check out the YouTube side. Click over on the YouTube link on my X page. Drop the stream a like. Give it a share. It helps the YouTube algorithm push my content out for the community. It's not just for me. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for Qubic and us. We gotta pump We can't wait for some random KOL who's just gonna dump his bag, right? This has to be a grassroots move, right? You guys gotta help me push this organic content out. We gotta get the honest word of Qubic out. All right, peoples. Have a good day. God bless. And thank you so much for watching and helping my channel get to where it's at today. Peace out.